Vicky, this coming Saturday we were planning to go out for lunch. You'll join us this time, right? Saturday. I want to spend the weekends with my family as much as possible. What? You plan on skipping again? You keep using work as an excuse to not come. So this time we went out of our way to plan something on Saturday for you. I appreciate it. But Saturday evening I already have plans as well, so it's a bit tricky. In that case, why don't we just kick you out of our mom's group? Of course, if we take you out, it'll affect your daughter. Is that alright with you? Of course it's not. Right. Then you should definitely join us this Saturday. Why do you always invite me to your lunch outings? What? You don't like being invited? That's not it. But I get the feeling that you don't like me. And yet you always reach out to invite me. I just found it a bit strange. I heard this from one of our other moms. But your husband works for a famous company, right? You basically live in a mansion. And I'd be upset if you joined a rich person's mom club. So I'm keeping you in our group. Is that what it is? But to be honest, I don't really like you. Have I done something wrong? You never join us when we invite you. And when we all met up for the first time, you didn't introduce yourself to me, even though I'm our group's leader. Also, it's annoying how you always act so carefree, but you always invite me to lunch the day before the lunch itself. If you were to tell me about your plans a bit earlier, I could prepare myself better. But this time it's 2 days in advance. I think I've mentioned before that weekends are a bit difficult for me. I don't remember that at all. And the reason I didn't introduce myself to you that first time is because I didn't know that you were the leader of the group. I think I've also said that many times. Ugh, stop with all these excuses. So annoying. You should fix your personality. If you don't like me, why don't you stop talking to me? I also don't enjoy the way you treat me. What? In that case, we'll take your daughter out of the kids' friend group and chase your family out of the neighborhood. Can you really do all that? Of course I can. My husband is the CEO of a corporation. It's a huge company. I've heard. Ah, you even know. You always show off your husband, don't you? I recall you doing this before. The way you're talking now is also getting on my nerves. Excuse me. Anyway, you're required to come to lunch this Saturday. Then is it alright if I just come for an hour? Fine. As long as you come. Thank you. For the lunch, be sure to dress appropriately. How do you want me to dress? Can you be more specific? Dior, Chanel. I want you to come wearing clothes from brands that even I would know. Dior or Chanel. Even if it's not those specific brands, it's fine. I just don't want you to come wearing H&M or other cheap clothes you usually wear. It's degrading. Got it. And you can't come empty-handed. Of course. I was wondering what I should bring. Don't bring anything cheap. Is there anything specific you want? If you bring snacks that are over $150, it'll be fine. $150? Are you saying you can't spend $150? Are you having financial issues? That's not it. But isn't that a bit expensive? In that case, we will haze you and your daughter. Fine. I'll bring something nice. See you then. Vicky, why did you go home? Nice of you to text me. Are you by any chance angry? Of course I'm angry. Suddenly splashing coffee on me? That was so mean. Seeing you covered in steaming coffee and running home with tears in your eyes? It was super funny. Your attitude was bad. So I just brought you down to your level. You should reflect on yourself. We will cancel all transactions with you and bring your company down. What? I don't get what you mean. What do you mean transactions? The company your husband manages does business with our company. Wait! You run a company? I don't. My husband is the CEO, and I'm sort of like his secretary. You're kidding! I never heard your husband was a CEO. I've only told a few of the moms. All I've said to the rest of the moms is vaguely that my husband works for a well-established company. What's the name of the company? It can't be that big of a deal, right? P Holdings. What? P Holdings is my husband's company's most important business partner, and it's one of the top-ranking businesses in the business world. Well, we've been fortunate. My husband and father have worked really hard. Huh? Your dad used to be the CEO? Yes. My grandfather founded the company, and it passed on to my father and now to my husband. So, you've always been rich? The company has grown a lot recently, but when my dad was CEO, we had some tough times. We weren't always well off. There have even been times when we were in deep debt. Really? But my dad put his heart and soul into the company, and somehow we managed to stay afloat. Our employees also worked really hard. So since then, we've been doing well. I didn't know your husband was the CEO of P Holdings. The work you always were busy with was for P Holdings? Yeah, I work the same schedule as my husband, so we're pretty busy. I thought you were just working part-time or something. Going back to what we were talking about earlier, I told my husband about what happened. Of course, he plans to speak to your husband about this. Wait! If you cut off your business relationships with my husband's company because of me, if my husband doesn't do business with you, a corporation will probably go bankrupt. Possibly. I've heard your husband's company has been in the red for a while now. Recently, they've had very little business. Really? Yes. There are a lot of bad rumors going around. What? I won't say anything about the rumors since I don't have proof. I want to hear them. But anyway, you'll cause a lot of trouble for us if you cut off ties with a corporation. I will pay for dry cleaning for your clothes and any compensation you ask for. So won't you forgive me? If a corporation goes bankrupt, I don't know how we'll survive. I'm not hurt or anything, and I'll be happy with just getting compensation for the clothes. But my husband is incredibly angry. Huh? You already told your husband? Today's my husband's day off. So he was very surprised to see me come home covered in coffee. He asked me what happened, and I told him you threw coffee on me. Why did you tell him? Well, there is no need for me to hide it. And anyway, if that sort of thing is done to me, I can't just stay quiet. So, you're mad after all? Of course I'm angry. But my husband is way more angry than I am. He is contacting your husband now. He is? Please, tell him to stop. No. I don't plan on forgiving you either. No way! Let's talk about compensation later. Cutting off business ties with A Corporation is too much. Because your company cut off ties with A Corporation, we're way in the red. And it seems the company is heading towards bankruptcy. I know. Even the few business partners A Corporation has will probably terminate their contracts one by one. You know that much? Of course. I work in the same field after all. Why would other companies end their contracts? Our company is well known. If the other companies hear that we terminated our contract, they would suspect something is wrong and begin to doubt A Corporation, don't you think? But my husband hasn't done anything wrong. You don't know anything about what your husband is like at work, do you? Well, I don't work there after all. More importantly, can't your company re-sign its contract? I'm not the one who decides that. Then try asking the CEO. My husband has tried calling your husband many times, but your husband told him he has no intention of talking anymore and won't meet with him. My husband has been really busy these days. I'm sure he doesn't want to waste his time on useless things like this. Can't you do something? At least tell him to hear us out. Even if our husbands speak, the situation won't change. And anyway, it seems my husband has been planning to stop working with A Corporation for a while now. Really? It seems you don't know. But there are a lot of bad rumors about A Corporation. Huh? They say A Corporation charges smaller companies more money than it should, and that your husband has been acting very arrogantly. Also, that your husband uses company money for himself, and that he goes on fake business trips with young female employees. What the? I've never heard about that. Well, probably no one could bring themselves to tell you. They're rumors, so I'm not sure if it's true or not. But since so many people in the business world talk about it, there's a high chance it's true. No way! He seemed to always be so confident about his work. I thought he was really working hard. He would give me quite a lot of money. That's weird. A Corporation has been dealing with a lot of losses recently. Maybe the money he gave you was money from loans he's taken out. No way! We will no longer be involved with A Corporation. So best of luck. Please tell your husband I wish him luck too. Wait! Don't leave me like this! We need to live somehow. If we're in debt, there's no way we'll survive. That has nothing to do with us. You brought this upon yourself. You reap what you sow. Please don't say that. Won't you please give us another chance? We aren't charity that helps business manage themselves. There's no use in us being involved with a company that doesn't have a future. No way! Also, I'm sure you know, but I will claim compensation for the clothes you ruined. When I send you an invoice, be sure to pay it. Hello, Vicky. I'm sure you know, but my husband's company filed for bankruptcy. His ex-employees are suing him for compensation for emotional and sexual harassment, and it's a huge mess. I know. It seems that your husband really messed around a lot at work. It's only natural he's getting sued. So why are you texting me? Let me get straight to the point. Would you please lend us some money? If you gave us $230,000 for the time being, it would really save us. Of course not. There's no way I'd give you that much. Anything. Please. We took out all the loans our bank would give us, and we can't ask our parents for any more. Why are you telling me this? Did you really think I would help you? Will you return the money? Well, we don't have the money to return at the moment, but I promise that somehow we will one day. If you want people to give you money, you should at least act sincere. I will get on my knees and beg. Please help us. No. I don't feel like helping you. Why? Are you still mad at me? I would be lying if I said I'm not mad. Moreover, making a request like this, what are you even thinking? You should pay me the money you owe me and disappear from my life. It's not that I want to ask you like this, but you're the only person I could ask. Allie, I heard you messaged the other moms asking them for money too. You knew? Yes. Suddenly asking us all to give you money? You're just causing trouble for everyone. But no one replied to me. Many of them didn't even read my messages. It seems that no one wants to help you out. There's nothing you can do. Why won't you help me? Until just recently, everyone acted like they were my friends. Everyone wanted to cut off ties with you. Really? As soon as you were upset at someone, you would bully them, using their child as tools to threaten them. You would turn on them and even hit them if they didn't do what you said, right? Well, luckily the clothes I wore were on the thicker side, so I wasn't burned when you threw coffee on me. But it seems there are some moms you've actually hurt. You and your husband would threaten them to cover up your bad deeds, right? You know that much? These stories are well known among all the moms. No one would want to reach out to help someone who is fine with hurting others. It seems that a lot of people hated you. Looks like things will get tough for you guys from now on. No way! Please do something. I'm reflecting on everything I've done so far, and I will never do it again. I don't want you to abandon me like this. I'm over the whole coffee situation. Really? You'll forgive me? Even if I forgive you, that doesn't change the reality of the situation. Being the wife of a company CEO really has made you big-hearted. You're also the wife of an ex-CEO. We're very different. I will do my best from now on to become more like you. Please don't group yourself together with me. It seems that you're misunderstanding something. Huh? How things were going? I thought you would agree to help me. Why? I'm just saying that you don't have to apologize for the coffee incident anymore. So just take responsibility for it. Responsibility? Money for the clothes. Those clothes were a present from my husband. They were very important to me. Really? I didn't know that. I'm sorry. You don't need to apologize. As long as you pay me, it'll be fine. Pay you? Do you mean the amount on the invoice? Yeah. Even if the clothes are dry cleaned, they can't be cleaned completely. So you owe me money to buy a new set. Wait! But there's no way they're that expensive. Really? Considering it was tailored clothing from a famous foreign brand, I think that's a reasonable price. So there's only one set of those clothes in the whole world? Yes. My husband gave them to me as an anniversary present 3 years ago. They're a precious memory for me. My husband was also sad when he saw them covered in coffee. I'm sorry, but there's no way I can give you $40,000. Maybe I can give you 1/10 of that? No way. Even if you need to pay me in multiple installments, you better pay me back the entire sum. Even if it means going to court, I will make sure you pay me back. Don't take this to court! We receive court notices every day. I feel like I'm going crazy. This is all your husband's fault, right? You have no choice but to work together and overcome this, though I get that it's a high wall to climb. Then please, let me at least work for P Holdings. If you want to work for us, come to an interview. But my husband has a terrible impression of you, so I think the likelihood of him hiring you is near zero. But life will probably feel like hell for you from now on. So good luck. I will be waiting for you to pay me back. Shortly after, Allie paid me back for the clothes she ruined. I heard that to pay me back, she took out a loan from a very shady crediting agency. Her husband also had to take out a lot of loans to pay the ridiculous sum he owed all his employees that sued him. They left their apartment, and I haven't seen them since. According to rumors, Allie's parents took custody of Allie's child. That couple's life must feel like hell right now. On the other hand, my husband and I have been working hard to keep growing our company. We are very careful with how we treat our employees and business partners, so we don't become like Allie and her husband.